Hey Eddie, I'm Zinger, of course. I'm on holiday right now, so, well, as you know, so I haven't been able to do VOD reviews because my internet's been pretty bad, but I have been watching your games very closely. I've seen your set versus Alistair versus Red, and I've seen some really good stuff, both with Aegis and both with Joker. So, what I thought I could do is, because I can't do VOD reviews right now, is I would give you some advice that I've seen from watching your matches. And specifically, I'm going to start this video off with shield pressure. So let's look at the basics of shield pressure, right? When you land on an opponent's shield, you have three options. Not really three. You've got maybe five or four options you can do out of hitting someone's shield. So what you can do is you can shield yourself, right? This stops, like, if your move is safe enough, this stops like an up smash from hitting, etc., etc. You can do a spot dodge, which also stops maybe an up smash from hitting, but you are a little bit more vulnerable. But the big thing it stops is getting grabbed, right? Another thing you can do is dash away. And the final thing you can do is attack yourself, right? So with Joker, right? When you since your jab is frame 4, that's your slowest. Joker doesn't really have like super fast moves, right? So that's going to be your sort of like fastest attack after you hit a neutral air, right? So when you hit a neutral air, and like you land in front of their shield, oftentimes people are going to look to grab, right? Now what you can do as Joker is oftentimes you might even be able to dash away, because the fastest a shield grab can be is frame 10. But the other thing you can do is you can just spot dodge, because with spot dodge you're adding 2 frames, because every spot dodge is frame 3 and vulnerable. I don't think it shows it here, but yeah, basically, here we go. Every spot dodge is frame 3 invulnerable. So for the first 2 frames, you can be hit. But that means that neutral air goes from -5 to -7. So an attack that would be frame 7 will hit, but an attack like a grab, which is at minimum, like at its fastest, frame 10 on like the cast. There's no shield grab faster than frame 10. You're going to be able to spot dodge it, right? So let's extend off that. So let's say they do an attack out of shield, right? And let's say this attack is maybe frame 16, right? Oh, sorry, 14, let's say. This attack is frame 14 out of shield. This could be like a shield drop jab, or this could be like a really slow up smash, right? If you do neutral air into F tilt, this will be a true punish. This is because neutral air, which is -5, plus 8, which is the first hit of F tilt, equals -13. So any move that's slower than -14, you can punish. I would say if you're looking to attack, I would rather look for a jab or a grab. So the reason why is because if you're doing a neutral air on someone's shield and you want to be offensive, you can use a jab to quickly check them, right? Because jabs are very hard to react to, and it's -16. So if you hit them on shield, you can be pretty safe anyway, right? It's frame 4, so shield grabs won't be able to beat it out, because because 5 plus 4 equals 9. So frame 10 grabs won't be able to punish it, which means that if you do nair into jab, you'll be able to hit them. If they've got a faster out of shield than frame 9, that will be a problem. But when it comes to that, you would have to do your, what do you call it? Your shield, right? But if you want to look for grab, which is still faster than F tilt, that means that you beat one of the best options after getting hit on shield, which is holding shield, right? So if you grab after you hit someone's shield, that means that their options are very limited, because if they attack, they have to be faster than frame 11, which isn't uncommon, of course, but like they have to be really fast on it. And also, if they like roll away or something, you're not giving up a lot, right? Like maybe F2 probably wouldn't give up a lot either, but still. All right, so looking at this, right? When you hit someone with a nair, think about the options, and we'll take a specific matchup in mind. Let's say Fox, right? So Fox, when you hit a neutral air on shield, he's gonna look to do a neutral air back, right, as one of his go-to options. Now his neutral air is frame 4, if I remember correctly. So that means that he's not going to be able to punish you because you need to account for the first 3 frames of jump squat plus the aerial. So that would actually be frame 7. So you'll be perfectly safe here, right? Unless you do a spot dodge, in which he will hit you. But let's say he's looking to go for a grab instead, right? So in this case, if he does a neutral air, I would say your best options are doing a neutral air on him and then holding shield to counter attack afterwards, right? But let's say he does a grab, right? Then what I would say is you would want to do nair into spot dodge. Obviously, this isn't reactable, but you're guessing what his defensive option is going to be when he's landing a shield, right? No one can reliably react after hitting a shield in terms of what they're going to do. Like, you can't react to them shield grabbing, but you're guessing that they're going to be shield grabbing, right? So when you land a nair on shield, oftentimes people's first instinct is to go for a shield grab. So I would say that roll in or spot dodge is the safest thing you can do. Or you could also hold jab, which would give you a pretty good punish, albeit not the strongest, but you would still be able to punish them for trying to go for the shield grab. Now, finally, what you can do is if you land a nair and you kind of know that they're going to go for a counter attack, let's say Fox, right? Because Fox's up smash is frame 8. So if you land a nair, he's going to try and fish for that up smash, right? So you land a nair on shield, you shield it, and then you can just drop shield F smash because it's very unsafe. So when you use these sort of shield pressure aerials, and it's not just nair, back air is also very good for it as well, right? You want to make sure that you always keep in mind what the opponent is going to do. So let's say you hit Mithra nair on shield. Now she's got a very good benefit in which her jab is very fast, which means that her fastest shield positioning is actually, aside from shield, is actually landing aerial into jab. But the problem with that is that all her aerials aren't the safest, especially nair. So what I would say here is you'd have to call it out. But thankfully, the aerials here are very low hit lag, so you can honestly just go for like another F tilt or something. But always be careful because F tilt is -11, and if people do call out that you're going to go for, like, let's say a landing forward air into forward tilt, that becomes a 8 plus 7, which is a frame 13, no, not 13, 15 pressure string, right? So that means that Fox could 100% up smash that. So if you're gonna land with people's shields, always make sure you're not like putting yourself too much at risk. Or if you are putting yourself at risk, just try to get the maximum reward possible, right? So I would say maybe down tilt would be better if it's faster. Yeah, down tilt is faster. So it would be, a bit of a safer thing to go for. But yeah, always try, like, what I would say is practice landing on people's shields and not attacking right afterwards. Like, try look for a shield or like a spot dodge. Maybe play a little bit more defensive after you do an offensive move, right? But yeah, so this is the first episode. This is the first video, and I hope this helps. Let me know if I can clarify any language here, because this is, quite honestly, this is quite confusing stuff. It takes a while to kind of get this, but you'll get the hang of it inevitably. One thing I do want to add is that gun is very good for advantage state, and so is back air, just for edge guarding. So kind of think about that. But yeah.